Hello, today I'd like to talk about 3 iconic men's luxury watches. Now, I've been asked from many of my videos there, what do you think the most popular, successful watches of all time ever were? And I think you need to firstly set a few guidelines. You need to say, okay, well, if we're looking at the most successful, popular luxury watches, you need to say, okay, the watch needs to be luxury, so it needs to be of a certain dollar content. For this exercise here, I'm sort of saying it needs to be at least $3,000 to $4,000 price range or higher. The watch also needs to be an icon in itself. This is a watch that has enduring characteristics that make the watch a true legend. And the other thing is that it needs to be a watch that is easily recognizable by non-watch people. Using these rules, it's very quickly ruled out the Patek Philippe Calatrava. The Calatrava is a wonderful watch. It's really a piece of art. However, not many people in non-watch circles even know what a Patek Philippe is. The other thing is that it has to be a watch which has a cult following. And the 3 pieces that I have chosen are the Rolex Steel and Gold DateJust, the Omega Speedmaster Professional Man on the Moon watch, and the Breitling Navitimer. All those 3 watches there are icons in themselves, and they represent 3 very distinct different styles of watch. Okay, let's start first with the Rolex DateJust. Now, the Rolex DateJust series, it encompasses the steel version, the two-tone steel and gold version, as well as the solid gold version. I think the most popular version has been the steel and gold, followed by the all steel version. Now, this version that I'm showing you here is a steel and gold with a beautiful factory diamond dial. The diamond dial itself is about a $2,000 option, and I think it just adds a touch of extra class to an already classy piece. Now, this watch here is model 16233, and the DateJust themselves, they go back to the 40s, 50s. The 1601 is probably, we're talking in modern times now, the 1601 is probably the most famous, followed by the 16013, which was essentially the same watch with a quick set date, and then it became the 16233 in the mid to late 80s. But I think 1987 was the changeover time. It was our serial number where it became 16233, and then the model after this, which had the same model number, it had the no holes case. This one here is an early 90s version which does have the holes in it, and then of course they added the extra one, so it became a 116233, which it was a slightly improved version. Now, it doesn't really matter which one you have. I think all Rolex DateJusts are icons in their own right. Just having a look at this piece here, let's look at the qualities of it. Okay, so this piece itself, it's a firstly 100 meters waterproof watch, which is a very good feature to have. The piece itself uses, they had these in 14 karat and 18 karat. This is actually an 18 karat version. They were using solid gold, so any gold pieces you see, that is actually solid gold. It's not plated or rolled gold. We've got the bezel here is also in 14 karat 18 gold there. The watch itself also had the very distinctive Jubilee type bracelet. Now they also did come on the Oyster, but I think the most famous version of the DateJust is the Jubilee bracelet. And the Jubilee bracelet has now got a concealed clasp. This one here has got the traditional clasp, and it's, as you can see, it's a very, very, very lovely watch here. Very nice piece indeed there. Now a lot of people have said that this is more of a dress watch. Rolex themselves advertised the DateJust with photos of polo players. Now I dare say in this modern age maybe it was a bit of a cad's watch. That's probably not the nicest thing to say, but you get the drift that I'm going on there. The DateJust itself has fallen in popularity. In the last 10 years, the sports versions of the Rolex Oyster range have really had a huge following. So the DateJust itself was very popular up until about 10 years. They're still very popular. Please don't misquote me here. They're still very popular. It's just that the DateJust itself there is, I believe, it represents excellent buying on the secondary market. If you buy a real second-hand DateJust, they're exceptionally good buying. I paid for this here. I got it from a dealer friend of mine, so the price is probably a little bit lower than what it should have been, but it was around the $3,000 US mark, and that was exceptionally good buying. That's with the diamond dial. So it's a lovely piece there. As I say, excellent value on the used market. Submariners, GMTs, Explorers, very strong following, and they're very, very collectible. The DateJusts were made in larger numbers, and they don't tend to be as desired these days. So I think if you're after a good waterproof sports watch, you really can't go past a DateJust. And to be honest with you, the DateJust in two-tone compared to the all steel or the all steel with the white gold bezel, there's really not much of a price difference in the second-hand market, because the white gold version or the all steel version is very, very trendy now. So I think bang per buck, the two-tone with the steel and the yellow gold is probably the best value luxury watch on the market today. And the interesting thing is, people say it's a dress watch, but you look at a lot of other sports watches and they're not even waterproof. So it is, I believe, a true watch for all seasons. Now let's have a look at our second watch in the range here, which is the Omega Speedmaster Professional. Now the Omega Speedmaster Professional is a very famous watch because it's a watch which was the watch that was chosen for the Apollo